October 16th, Global Studios dressing room. Powers' dressing room. So this is where he was sleeping. Or at least this is where he claims he was sleeping. No one actually saw him taking a nap here, did they? Right, and there's a picture of him near the crime scene. I hope he's telling the truth, for his sake. Okay, examine. Schauen wir da mal durch. Shabadabada. It's locked. Looks like he doesn't open his window much. I guess it's kind of dusty outside. War das nicht frosted? Von außen? Was immer noch merkwürdig ist? Looks like someone was sleeping here. Maybe Powers did take a nap here yesterday. Ein power nap? There's some regular suits in among the costumes here. Those must be his own clothes. It'll be fun to wear one of his costumes. I'd say you were already wearing one myself. Yup. There's a bunch of snacks on the table. They must give these to the employees. That's right. Some tea and cookies. Nick, I'm hungry. You just had a burger. Yeah, but I have a separate stomach for sweets. How many stomachs does this girl have? Allerdings, yeah. They always have mirrors like this in dressing rooms. I see my hair is still nice and spiky, just how I like it. Hat nicht gesagt, er macht einen anderen Haircut? Naja. There's a vast array of cosmetics here. Oh! This is the wig he used in Samurai Boogie Woogie. Oh god. Nick, try this on. No. And how can you tell the name of a show just by looking at a wig? Kinda like samurai movies. Kinda. Bin ich dabei? Samurai Boogie Woogie, what the fuck? War definitiv was, das im Ausland gefilmt wurde. This must be Powers' bag. Hey, don't open that. Look. An employee card key. That must be Powers. It says Studio 1. Let's take it, Nick. Borrow it, you mean. Borrow. Card key added to the court record. Card key for studio employees grants entry into Studio 1. Good. Good. I wonder what else is inside Powers' bag. Stop that! My partner, the thief in training. Okay. Aber zumindest das hat sie schon mal gut gemacht, dass wir zumindest... In dem Kontext war es gut, an andere Leute Sachen zu stöbern. Allerdings, dass wir dadurch eben die Card Key bekommen haben. Könnte ein Metal Gear Solid Game sein. Move. Employee Area. Move. Main Gate. Talk. Ne, gut. Move. Und Studio 1. Move. Damn it. Present. Bam. Hey, detective. Take a look at this. What's that? Whoa. Don't show him that. He'll confiscate it. Aw, I just wanted to show it off. Okay. Move. Huh. Talk? Huh. Examine? Eventuell? Yeah. The entrance to Studio 1. This is the studio where they found Jackhammer's body. Let's go in and check it out, Nick. I wonder if this card key we borrowed from the dressing room will work. It opened. Alright, we're in. She's way too happy for someone visiting a crime scene. Dann move. Studio 1. Inside. October 16th, Studio 1. What is it? You're real quiet all of a sudden. Doesn't it give you the shivers, Nick? That white tape, it's so real. Well, the evil magistrate did die here. And the steel samurai killed him. The murder weapon was the samurai spear. Sounds pretty real to me. Yep. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Whoa, it's heavier than I thought. Oh, God. Hey, you, no touching that. Ooh. Sorry, my partner is kind of, you know. You know? No, I don't know. Kind of a kid. Who are you? Who, me? I'm an assistant here. I help with props and stuff, moving them around, ordering new ones, etc. We're lawyers representing Mr. Will Powers. Oh, you're WP's people, Will Powers. WP, oh, Will Powers. WP, I get it. I don't envy you guys one bit, but do what you can for WP, okay? He'd never hurt a fly. He has to be innocent. Ah, okay. Don't worry, leave it to us. Okay, schauen wir erstmal weiterhin durch. Wow, look at that camera. That must cost a ton. Yeah, so don't touch it. Well, it's heavier than I thought. Good. Looks like a backdrop for a stage. This must be used in the Steel Samurai show. Of course, that's the mountain, Neo Fujiyama. New Fujiyama. Okay. Doesn't the Steel Samurai take place in old Tokyo? How can you even see Mount Fuji from there? Not old Tokyo, Nick. Neo old Tokyo. New old Tokyo. Oh, right. Lovely, lovely. Look, a ladder. That's a step ladder. So, what's the difference? You need to stop judging things based on narrow-minded cultural assumptions, Nick. Right, sorry. This girl is out there. Was hat das mit Kultur zu tun? Das ist eine fucking Leiter. Auf einem... Schau, eine Leiter! Hey, look! That's the chair that the director sits in. Oh, look! A chair! I've always wanted to sit in one of these. Hey, Nick, take a look at that. One of those black and white boards they clap at the start of filming. And look! A megaphone! A real-life megaphone! Ready, Nick? Action! This girl is more trouble than I thought. Ich find sie super. What's this? That's for reflecting light. They call it a reflecting screen or something like that. The assistant holds it during filming. Huh. What? Where's your enthusiasm for all things and entertainment? Well, lightning is fine, but I'd want to be the director or maybe the Steel Samurai. I think she's being serious. Yep. They outlined where Jackhammer's body lay with tape. His body was found still inside the evil magistrate costume. I guess that's why the head part looks like a helmet. Funny, I expected a spear stabbing would leave at least a few bloodstains. I guess the costume must have absorbed most of it. Erklärt allerdings auch die sehr merkwürdigen Proportionen, was die Beine angeht, ja. Was ist das eigentlich? Achso, ja, okay, das ist ein Teil des Kimonos auf der rechten Seite, ja. Aber seine Arme waren dann extrem klein oder seine Hände. Okay, talk. Could you tell me anything about the day of the murder? Yes, I was in the studio the whole day. I was the only assistant on staff that day, you see. Only one assistant. Yes, well, the studio isn't doing so well right now, and yesterday was only rehearsal for our action sequences. Oh, I see. In the morning, we went through the action sequences in the employee area. WP and Hammer were there along with everyone else. The employee area, that's where Powers' dressing room is, right? Yes, that's the place. After eating lunch there, Mr. Hammer went to Studio 1. Then I saw WP go into his dressing room. Also sie und die alte Lady am Eingang waren die einzigen, die da waren, haben wir auch gerade in den Flashbacks nochmal gesehen. But I didn't see either of them after that. Und wir haben bisher haben wir bei Episode 1 und Episode 2 immer so ein Introduction-Ding gesehen, damit wir wüssten, wer der Schuldige ist. Hier ist es allerdings ein bisschen anders. Deswegen könnte es sein, dass Will Powers schuldig ist. Halten wir die Option offen. Did you know that Mr. Powers was sleeping in his room? Also bisher, für mich zumindest, leuchtet bisher alles in Richtung alte Lady. No, I wouldn't go in there unless I had some urgent message from him. I mean, it's his private... What kind of a girl do you think I am? What kind... No, I'm sure you're a fine girl. I'm sorry. So much for getting a confirmation of Powers' alibi. What do we do, Nick? We haven't found anything. If WP was the only one who came to the studio, then he has to be the killer. They even have a photograph. Sorry, I know you're busy. Not really. Actually, there's been something bothering me. Aha! That's what I'm talking about. A clue. A lead. Well, I don't know about that, but that day, just after noon, I sensed someone was here. You sensed? Yeah, several times. Some other studio employees, maybe? No, I don't think so. The only thing we had scheduled was an action scene run-through. I was the only assistant here that day. I have a feeling it was someone from outside. Really? But wait, if someone had come in here, wouldn't that security lady have noticed him? Yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I don't have any better information than that. No, thanks, that helps us a lot. Anything helps. Let's go put that security lady on the spot. Yup. Sensing someone. So you sense that someone other than the regular film crew was in the studio? Yes, I think. I think doesn't cut it in a witness testimony. Nick, what about that security lady? Ja, dass sie was gespürt hat, allerdings auch nicht. If someone else came into the studio, she must have seen them. Okay, dann schauen wir doch mal. Wobei es ja dann letzten Endes nur wirklich die Security Lady war. Denke ich mal. October 16th, Global Studios. Main Gate. What? You're still here? Really? You look as tough as you look as though you've seen a ghost. Talk. Assistant's claim. What? I saw that suspicious look on your face. I wanted to ask you again about yesterday. You came here at 1 p.m., correct? And the estimated time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Are you sure that Powers was the only one to go through here between those times? Sure as can be. But we have a witness who thinks there was someone from outside here that day. What? Are you absolutely sure you were watching the whole time? Ma'am. Who was it? Who told you that? Who dares questioning me? Yeah. Alright, you better tell me quick, you spiky-haired cretin. Warum ist jeder so komplett auf einmal? Das war bei Miss May so und bei ihr. Someone's been complaining about the work I do, eh? We were just talking to the assistant in Studio 1. Her, she's not even a full-time employee. All you youngins, tomorrow saying that I know that there's a thing up. Shame that you're used to. She left. Okay. Well, Nick, this is our chance to do what we can without her looking over our shoulders. Yo. The computer that runs the studio security cameras. Nick, maybe we can see that photo of Powers with this computer. Yeah, maybe. Würde ich auch gerne mal sehen. Should I try the computer? Try it. Okay, let's give it a try. You know how to work these things, Nick? Looks like I just have to enter in a few numbers. Let's see. First, I need the date of the murder. It looks like the camera turned on at 1 p.m. that day. 1. That was when the security lady arrived at the guard station. Please enter the number of the security camera. Fuck. There. Entered. Nothing happened. Huh? Maybe I got the number wrong. Maybe we should go look at the camera again. I got this. Okay. Also nicht 30, sondern... Ich hätte es mir aufschreiben sollen, ich wusste es. 703? There, entered. Ah! Okay. Third one's the charm. 307. There, entered. Hey, it printed out the data for that day. Let's see what we got. Okay, okay. Steel Samurai. How is this a picture of Will Powers? Ist halt die Maske, das ist halt das Problem. Well, he is the one who always wears that suit. I guess that's why the security lady thought it was him. I don't imagine the detective was very happy with this photo as evidence. Something's printed on the back. October 15th, 2 p.m. photo number 2. What does that mean? Maybe there's more photo data from that day. Nope, that's the only one in the computer. Nummer 2, aber das heißt, es gibt noch Foto Nummer 1. Hey, Nick. Can we use this photo as evidence for the trial? Yeah. We'll put that security lady in her place with this. Right, we'll put her in her place. Hey, that's what I said. Anyway, let's show her this photo and see what she says. Wait, let's not. Why not? It's never a good idea to reveal your hand to the enemy too soon. Nick, you're craftier than I gave you credit for. Why, you could be the next evil magistrate. Hey, why do I have to be the villain? Relax, it was just a joke. So, are we done for today? I think this photo is what we needed for the trial. Still, it'd be better if we had some idea who the real killer was. Maybe it really is that security lady. Könnte sein, ja. To be continued. Save it. So, schauen wir mal bedeckt ins Day 2 Trial. Sollte. October 18th, 10 a.m. District Court, Courtroom number 4. Love it. Schauen wir mal. Ach, der schon wieder. Warum schon wieder Edgeworth? Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. The prosecution will show the court that... Whoops. Verdammt. Mr. Will Powers killed fellow actor Jack Hammer in Studio 1 of Global Studios. It is impossible for anyone else to have committed this heinous crime. The evidence presented during the trial will all point to this fact. I see. Very well, I would like to move on to some testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, the prosecution may call its first witness. Very well, I call a most familiar face, Detective Gumshoe, to the stand. Dass der Typ immer noch seinen Job hat, ist sowieso merkwürdig, naja. ich lieb's. Sein Ausdruck ist einfach super. Detective, if you would briefly describe this case to the court. Yes, sir, I'll explain with the guide map here. To understand this case, it's important to grasp the layout to the studio, see? This here is the employee area. The actors did a run-through to their action scenes during the morning there. This is the main gate to the studios. The security lady that works at the studios was here at 1 PM on that day. Past the security station, there is a gate, see? And past that are the studios. And here it is, Studio 1. This is the scene of the murder where the body was found. Now, on the day of the murder, October 15th, there were only 3 people here. 4. The victim, Jack Hammer. The defendant, Will Powers. And a young woman, the production assistant. Plus die Lady am Eingang, logischerweise. All the production staff were in the employee area until noon. Then after lunch, the victim, Jack Hammer, went to Studio 1. Right after that, 1 PM, the security lady got to the guard station. Now jump ahead to later that day, 5 PM. The production staff came to Studio 1 to perform a rehearsal. Needless to say, the rehearsal was cancelled. Yo. The time of death was 2:30 PM. The samurai spear found lodged in the victim's chest was the murder weapon. That's the case in brief. Anyone like to hear that again? Should I listen to that whole thing again? No, braucht man nicht. I think I can probably remember that. So the murder weapon was a spear. Now, how medieval. This spear was found stuck in the chest of the victim. Your Honor, this case is quite simple if you ask one question. And that question is, what did the security lady at the guard station see? Understood. Let's call the security officer to the stand. Yup. Let's go. Ich hätte es mir nochmal anhören sollen, glaube ich. Will the witness declare... Ich hätte mir wieder was aufschreiben sollen, scheiße. Bei den Fragen wird das lustig nachher. Will the witness declare her name? Why aren't you a handsome fellow? I'm afraid I'm a bit flustered. Your name, please. Oh, dearie, no need for you to be embarrassed. Just call me Grandma. Your name, please. Seems Edward has a bit of trouble getting his witnesses to say their names. Wendy Oldbag, dearie. So just call me Grandma. So even when I was young, I was still how the other children would make fun. Believe it? But where was this? He called me an old bag as well as... Objection, I object to the witness's talkativeness. Objection sustained. The witness will refrain from rambling on the stand. I was just getting to the good part, dearie. Perhaps we can get to the testimony. Now, the witness was stationed at the main gate on the day of the murder, correct? Yes, say I was. And to get to the scene of the murder, someone would have to pass by you. You know your stuff, dearie. You may begin your testimony. She sure is one hell of an old bag. Ja, eben als Nachname Old Bag. Man kann den Namen wechseln, also den Nachnamen vor allem auch. On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 PM. Poor Oldhammer and the rest had been doing a run-through there since the morning. I had some errands to run that morning. Anyway, it was 1 when I got to the guard station. I was at the main gate from then until 5. Now, the murder happened at 2:30 PM, right? Interesting to me because a certain man walked right by me at 2 PM. It was Powers, that man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. Cross-examination. You're still a defendant then, Very well. Let's begin with the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Press it. Press it. Moment. Lass mal kurz sehen. So. Time of death, 10:15 at 2:30 p.m. Cause pierced through the chest by a spear. Okay. 2:30. Eine halbe Stunde später. Okay. Das können wir definitiv noch benutzen, so viel ist klar. Press. So up until that time, anyone who wanted to could go into the studio. Well, there wasn't a security guard at the gate, no. But the main gate was locked, dearie. You'd need an employee card key to get in. Right, the card key that I have. So what she's saying is no one who wasn't supposed to be there could get in. Was there anyone at the studios when you arrived at the guard station? Poor Oldhammer and the rest have been doing a run-through there since the morning. A run-through. They were working out a scene between the Steel Samurai and the evil magistrate. They got the basics figured out by noon and were to use the afternoon for practice. Rehearsal was supposed to start at 5. That's why poor Oldhammer went to Studio 1 in the afternoon. So Powers was in his dressing room sleeping when he was supposed to be practicing. Talk about a laid-back hero. If there was a run-through in the morning, why did you only get there after noon? Some errands to run that morning. What kind of errands? Oh, well, you know. Answer the question. Actually, I was watching Poor Hammer and Powers, observing, you know? Observing. Weren't you supposed to be at the guard station? Whippersnapper, I told you I locked the gate, didn't I? I did my job. I'm not sure your boss would see it that way. Anyway, I always watch Hammer's run-throughs. Always. Never missed one in all my years. Wow, I want to see a Steel Samurai run-through too. You could quit being a spirit medium and take up guard duty. Not a bad idea. One when I got to the guard station. Did you see the victim then? Did I see a poor Oldhammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Tell us what happened next. Main gate from then until 5. So you were watching there the whole time. No breaks. Not even a second. Of course. I am a professional, you know. Are you criticizing how I do my job, whippersnapper? No, it's just after seeing you eating those donuts in the guard station yesterday. I can watch the gate and eat donuts at the same time. Snipper wapper. Snippo rapper. Old Windbag is losing it, Nick. Why don't you raise an objection? So the witness was on duty through the afternoon the whole time. Very well. What did you see? How did you know that? Oh, I have my ways. That overdressing young detective told me. I fed him some donuts and he talked and talked. If you ask me, that detective isn't cut out for his job. Poor Detective Gumshoe getting ratted out by a security guard. Because a certain man walked right by me at 2:30 p.m. 2, you're sure? Sure as spit. Well, who was the man? Really, you should try not to get so excited at your age. You might strain something. Now, don't get your skivvies and all in a bunch. I'll tell you who it was. It was Powers. That man right there, and he was heading toward the studio. So you saw Mr. Powers. That's what I said. Got wax in your ears, sonny? Nick, this is your chance. Yeah, time to pull out the secret weapon. I'll say it again, it was him. Present. Bam. Let me get this straight, Miss Oldbag. You've been saying since yesterday that you saw Mr. Powers, correct? But you're talking about the man in this photo, aren't you? Just a moment, Mr. Wright. Let me see that photo. Könnte jeder sein durch die Maske, ja. What is this exactly? None other than the Steel Samurai, defender of new old day Tokyo. Mrs. Oldbag, is this the Mr. Powers that you saw? Of course. Didn't your mama teach you any sense, sonny? Anyone can plainly see that's Powers, right? No, they can't. Well, I mean, I wonder. True, Mr. Powers does play the role of the Steel Samurai. But that doesn't mean Mr. Powers is the Steel Samurai. Allerdings. I know that. I wasn't born yesterday. No one in this court is accusing you of that, Miss Witness. He's having trouble calling her old bag, apparently. However, you do not have proof that the person in this photo is Mr. Will Powers, do you? Nosy old man. Of course I have proof. Was wäre? What? Huh? Even Edgeworth is surprised. The prosecution would like to ask the witness. Please make known all the information in your possession ahead of time. How was I to know everyone would be so nosy? You should be ashamed, all of you. Ich sag nichts. Anyway, I showed that photo to the young detective. He told me this isn't any good as evidence, pal. He didn't even give it a second look. Wow, old Windbag has left even Edgeworth speechless. She's good. Let's hear about your proof then. The rapper? The man in the photo. I never say anything I don't mean, mind you. That morning, during the run-through of the action scene, I saw Powers trip and fall. He broke one of the props. It was a big mess. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. Now, look at that picture. You can see he's dragging his leg. See? Clear as day. That's how I knew it was Powers. Happy? Guter Punkt. So he had a sprain. He had sprained his ankle. Very well, Mr. Wright. You may cross-examine the witness. She's got to be hiding something. I'll press her until she squeals. Yep. The old rundown. Bam. Whippersnapper. Hey, I haven't said anything yet. I'll have you know I'm not pointing fingers at anyone behind their backs. Everything I've said is on the straight and narrow, the up and up. Youth today always whining about each other. It's enough to make an old... Mr. Wright, please, for all our sakes, try not to upset the witness. I think Edgeworth has met his match. Sie und Edgeworth ist wirklich wunderbar. Ist wunderbare Chemie zusammen. Who was present at the run-through? Well, let's see. There was Powers, he's the Sealed Samurai, the poor old hammer, the evil magistrate, and me. And what exactly were you doing? Observing? Just observing? What about the assistant? Oh, she was off moving backdrops around and such. So she didn't see the run-through then. I saw Powers trip and fall. Trip and fall. Yes, and to think he is supposed to be the Sealed Samurai, what a laugh. So Powers sprained his ankle. I helped make it better for him, of course. You helped make it better. I kissed it when it hurt. Let's just give over that part, shall we? Where was the assistant then? Oh, her. She was cleaning up backdrops, I think. She didn't know about Powers' ankle. You may continue the testimony. Schau mal hier. He broke a prop. Sure did. His own samurai spear. His samurai spear, the murder weapon. Luckily, I was there with my duct tape to fix it. This strikes me as a significant detail. I'd better write this down in the court record. A break in the shaft has been mended with duct tape. Ah ja, genau, ganz vorne, ja. Apparently, he sprained his ankle pretty bad. You kissed it, so it was healed. Was Mr. Powers' ankle badly sprained? Not so bad that he couldn't walk around. He went to his dressing room to rest up after lunch. Thus the nap. Anyway, I saw him dragging his foot when he walked. Dragging his foot, okay. I think we've heard enough. Haven't we, Your Honor? Well, there's one thing that bothers me. Which is... Where is the Sealed Samurai costume now? Actually, well, we couldn't find it. We're looking, though. Anyway, that's not important. Doch. The witness did see the Sealed Samurai, yes. And it is clear that the person in the Sealed Samurai suit was Mr. Will Powers. I suppose that's right. Are you sure you're sure, Your Honor? Object. Hold it right there, criminal scum. We keep taking possibilities, but we have to agree that this photo shows the Sealed Samurai. Nowhere in this photo can we see is Mr. Will Powers. The defense has a point. I also wonder if someone else not caught on camera could have killed Mr. Hammer. We have to consider that possibility also. Then allow me to remove that doubt from your mind, Your Honor. Will the witness continue her testimony, please? No need to ask twice. Okay. The time of poor Hammer's death was 2:30. True. The only person I saw go to the studio before then was Mr. Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Relativ kurz. So if no one else went to the studio, then it would have to be the Steel Samurai who did it. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Okay, war nicht viel, deswegen natürlich press that. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? I gave donuts to the young detective, and then, after some rubbish about it being a secret, pal, he told me everything. I see Detective Gumshoe shares his fellow officer's fondness for donuts. I saw go to the studio before then was Mr. Will Powers. Are you absolutely sure? Oh, quite, Sonny. Nobody suspicious looking passed by at all. Nobody suspicious looking, right. Und wenn die Person normal aussah? What about before you got to the guard station? You mean before 1? Why, everyone was in the employee area before then. And I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Not to mention, if they had, I would have seen them. Are you sure? The witness has answered the question. Anyone going into the studio had to pass by the witness. That's right, Sonny. You let him have it, etchy boy. Etchy boy. Old windbag sure has balls, or, well, you know what I mean. Old windbags have a way of skipping over important details after all. Or, for that matter, entirely forgetting them. How convenient. Something for you to look forward to, perhaps. 2:30. How do you know that? Didn't I just explain? Oh, achso, ja. Oh, Moment. Okay. Was haben wir hier nochmal? Murder Weapon. Wir haben das hier. Um, 2:30. Schauen wir nochmal durch. Time of Hammer's death was 2:30. Go to the studio before then was Will Powers. No one else went there. If they had, I would have seen them. Okay. Was benutze ich jetzt hier? Und vor allem wo? Hier? Nee. Okay. Damn it. Okay. Go to the studio before then. Bin mir sicher, dass wir auf jeden Fall nochmal das Foto benutzen müssen. Moment. Ach, goddammit. Das sind nur 4, das ist die Sache, das sind nur 4 Lines, aber es ist momentan, oder bisher das Schwerste. Cardkey, die haben wir ja von Will Powers. Ich versuch's mal mit dem Foto hier. Good. Good. Hold on. Look at this photograph one more time. Look at this graph. This photo was taken by the camera at the Gate for the studios, correct? Yes, sirree, Sonny. So whenever anyone passes by here, it automatically takes a picture. And here I thought you didn't know your head from a hole in the ground. Right. Anyway, it's also true that the computer in the guard station records all security cam data. Oh, you know, if you wanted to work at the station, we might have an opening. That very computer printed out this photo. Note that on the back of the photo are printed the words October 15, 2 p.m. photo number 2. Even I know that means it was taken at 2 p.m. on October the 15th, really, Sonny. Actually, I knew that too. The issue here is the bit at the end where it says photo number 2. Photo number 2. The computer only held data for one photo on that day. Don't you think that's odd? Shouldn't this photo be photo number 1 if it really was the only photo? Exact. Order. Please tell the court what you mean by this, Mr. Wright. Actually, that's what I want to ask the witness. This evidence shows that not 1, but 2 people went to the studio that day. Yet, there is only data for one of those photos. Who could have erased the data for the other photo? Only someone with access, the security lady herself. Me! You watch your mouth, whippersnapper. The only person I saw that day was Will Powers. But the camera on the gate fired twice. That means 2 people went by. Well, yes, that's what it would seem to mean. Can the witness explain this to the court? I don't understand these newfangled computer things. Edgy boy, help. Believe me, I want to, but I don't know what this means either. Some help you are. You're a whippersnapper too. Whippersnapper. Something the matter, Miss Oldback? Ah, that's right. I just remembered something. Let me guess. Someone else passed by the gate? Someone other than the Steel Samurai? Well, yes, I suppose you could put it that way. Ja, das wäre. I see. Your testimony, please. The other person. Every day, after I finish my guard duties, I have one other important job to do. I go through the photos recorded on the security computer and check them. I throw out any photos that aren't suspicious looking, you see? Come to think of it, now I remember throwing out one photo that day. Weshalb? Miss Oldback, this is the first I've heard of this. Well, of course, Sonny. I've only just remembered it. Right, anyway. Mr. Wright, please begin the cross-examination. Well, I'd say this was a turn for the unexpected, but I kind of expected this. Yes. Unexpected expectedness. Another job. That's right. I check all the people that passed by the main gate that day. I look closely at every one of the photos that security camera takes. So you back up all of the security camera data. Well, they keep telling me to, yes, but those computers are just so frustrating. Warum hat sie überhaupt noch ihren Job? How exactly do you determine what isn't suspicious looking? Oh, you can tell by looking at their faces, for the most part. For the most part. This is a murder trial, Miss Oldback. Well, I didn't touch that suspicious looking Will Powers photo, did I? I think she's missing the point. Genau das. Well, who in the heck was in that photo you erased? A fanboy. Fanboy. Steel Samurai fanboys. Real freaks, if you ask me. They get information about the rehearsal from gosh knows where. They're always hanging about. One was there that day. Wait a second. Didn't you just say no one else could get in? I locked the main gate so no one could get in. Those were your words. Well, if you must know, there is a drain that goes into the employee area. Yep, das haben wir ja gesehen, genau. The grate has been loose for a while. It leads outside and, well, that's where they come in. They come in through the drain. I told you they were freaks. Oh, and? They are kids, children, whippersnappers. Kids. So, on the photo that you erased, it was a boy, probably 2nd or 3rd grade. Okay. What? Okay, das ist tatsächlich ein Problem. Order. Let me get this straight. You saw 2 people pass by the gate on their way to the studio that day. One was the Steel Samurai dragging his leg. The other was a boy who looked to be in about 2nd or 3rd grade. Oh yes, well, we see this type there every day. Can't stop him, can't catch him. A boy in 2nd or 3rd grade. Wo waren die Eltern zu dem Zeitpunkt? I assume it would be hard, if not impossible, for a young boy to wield a samurai spear. Allerdings, yeah. Impossible, I think. It's quite heavy. Right. As I said, I didn't pay him much mind. That's why I erased the data. Nick, what's going on? I mean, the boy was there. That makes him a suspect? Yeah, and they're already trying to unsuspect him. This court will take a 5-minute recess. I want the defense and the prosecution to consider this new information, and no forgetting vital information this time.